Atom Trader YouTube channel. Today, this is my first YouTube video in this channel. Please do well to hit the subscription button and the notification bell as well, so that you get updated when the next videos or any content at all is being uploaded in the channel. Today I'm going to talk about my market breakdowns. Here I have my 6 watch list and I have my 6 white candles as well. So we are going to analyze the market and see what I'll be looking for during this coming week. So stay tuned. Without further ado, let's dive straight into it. So first of all, here is DXY. So here is DXY chart. So let me just erase everything and then start again. All right. From DXY, initially we were anticipating this structure to be completed as 3-touch structure. Actually, I was actually will be looking for price coming, give me the sell from this point here, but we didn't get that. However, price came back and then break this low here, giving correction and break this low. So the good thing about this one here, if we go to daily, is the fact that even on weekly we have closed around 50% of this impulsive candle, which is, so we have closed about 50% of this bearish impulsive candle. So now this week I'll be looking to position myself on the long for the USD. So for example, Euro USD, I'll be looking for shorts, USD card, maybe probably long, depends, USD for short, and then I'm just going long on across USD pair. So yeah, I'm anticipating stuff like this, so to the upside. So now let's go to Euro USD. Alright, Euro USD, we have from the weekly, we have this hook point here, we have this point of interest. As you can see previously, this is a zone where we have this continuation, like so. So price gravitated back into this area with a 1 to 3 structure, like this. So now I am looking to see, okay, alright, so it's a 1 2 3 structure, and then this will be the low 90% of this. Now price broke and then closes back inside last week. So now when we move to the daily, we can see price has initially break back into the structure, like even if you read the line through the body. So as you can see, we are inside the structure, and of course below this value area here. Look at that. So and then below this value area here. So go to 4 hour. So now we have this momentum initially. Early, those guys are buying, about impulse correction. And what happened? Price, we caught them on the wrong side of the market, which is a nice thing for us, and then price impulsively break for the downside. Now we are trading below this low, which is something that I really love about this pair. So now looking at it here, so there's 2 ways that I'll be looking to position myself on USD. So the first way will be this. Now we essentially have these bottoms, right? So now I'll be looking to see on 15 minutes if we will get some lower, and then price coming here near resistance, come lower, then give something like this. So I'll be looking to position myself around here, just over something like this, yeah. So something like this, and I'll go risk entry at the top, and then literally 10 pips stop minimum, and then yeah, I will go for the short, like so. First inflection point around 9.6, 11.9, and then 15, 18, and so the risk reward doesn't, I don't care about the risk reward though. So Yeah, that will be the first scenario. I just want 3 touch structures there, and then I can go for the sell. So however, we can also get a 2 touch structure here for the sell because of the daily momentum. So this we can literally just have something like this, and then still the same thing. So we will look for the sell. However, if we didn't get that, price could come, near missing still, sorry, price could come like this and then break. So I want to be taking any position, let's say this type of flag, just after 4 hour and impulsive break. So I'll be taking any kind of continuation pattern here below the structure. So but I want 4 hour momentum break. I want 4 hour break and close below this low, and then I can look for any sort of flag, maybe try to risk into that, and then yeah, and keep stop minimum, and then around here 8%, 11 points, 15.5 or so. And also take it as reduce risk entry, around 17 pips, and then still a decent for here 4%. So that's potential as you could to the 90%, and then to the major inflection point, which is here, because we previously have this continuation here, and price has we have this continuation here, so great. We have this continuation here, and price could actually come, and that would be the point of inflection point, which is around 14%. So that's how I'll be looking to position myself across the spec. So yeah, looking for sell, and then we go to German 30. All right, so let's go to the here on the weekly. Let me just delete it. So let me just add this here on the weekly. We have this point of interest, high here. Price initially tagged it, which decreases the quality of this value area. Is no longer valid. So for now, this is for me the most recent one, which is what we'll be looking for. So but initially we have impulse correction, impulse correction, impulse correction, and impulse. So now, but then we kind of on the weekly, this looks like a a continuation. On the weekly, this looks like a continuation to go to the upside. So however, when we go down to the daily, we know, okay, there's still potential that, okay, price could actually go to the upside from there. But then I'm looking at this, when you're doing structure, you need to use the recent price action. So the 2 touch, look at that, the recent 2 touches, like those are it up and down. So yeah, I'll be looking to see if I can play this range here. So we have this one, but then we have this sharp hook points around this point here, which is something here like that. So we have this sharp hook point. So price could actually drop from here, and then comes down, come here, give us that flag, and then we can go to the upside. So of course I'll be looking for short around this point, which is a valid setup though, you ask me. So then we have this ascending formation here. So we have this ascending formation right here, and then I'll be looking for price. Okay, we can actually, so I'll be waiting for price to come here, like so, make the top touch, give me an impulse down, and then look for that insurance entry to the downside. So this is how I'll be looking to position myself on this pair, and then I will literally be getting lower time frame. So yeah, this is exactly what I'll be looking for here on German 30, and then when you go to lower time frame, that'll be a sort of decent risk reward. So then yeah, this is just a kind of what I'm looking for. This is not the accurate Falcon. So yeah, to here 5.9%, and then to the range here would be around 23%. So yeah, or let's call it 21.7%. So I'm waiting for third touch here, a drop, and then an insurance entry within the structure. Yeah, I'll definitely entertain any sort of price action like that. So yeah, that is that. So let's go to the next one, which is USD CAD. This is looking incredible, but then there is intricate details that we need to understand the structure, especially with the position of the DXY. So now here initially price drop, create this correction, drop, create this correction, and then drop again. So now, and then we broke this low here. We broke this low here. We broke this low, and then price begin to give the correction. So there is chances of actually price reversing from here, especially with the mini double top, which is obvious on the daily. Sorry, double bottom here, like so, which is obvious on the daily. So look at that momentous bullish candle. So and then this could actually go to the upside, very possible. Now, but however, looking at the momentum here, we have this impulse, we have this correction, and then we have this impulse, and this one looks like a correction. So there's chances of coming downside one more time, and then we can get the buy, or perhaps it could just break and then keep going to this point of interest, which is sitting right below. So yeah, in this type of scenario, this is where we be patient with the market and then use what we know how to use best. So now look at this structure, impulse. So this will be the targets here. So looking at it here, we have the impulse, and then we're having the correction. So we possibly could have something like this. But then what we also need to understand is that we could potentially be making this type of, call it, it doesn't really matter. It's just to give you perspective. It's kind of obvious on the 4 hour. Yeah, so it's obvious on the 4 hour. We could potentially have something like this. Potentially could have something like this where price will just kind of correct here and then break and then repeat correction and then head here, the top touch, and then we could actually look for the sell and head lower. So this is very possible. However, we need to focus on what the market is telling us now, and if according to what we know best. So there's tendency for price to come here, you get. But the other thing we're going to do here, because of the the nature of the setup, so all we want to be seeing will be a move up and then a move down on the 4 hour, and then we'll look for that insurance entry on the 15 minute, or maybe on the 5 minute, on the 1 hour, and then we'll verify it on the 15 minute, or if we get one on 15 minute, we can verify it on the 5 minutes. So yeah, this is what I will entertain here. Just how much pips, 11 pips, will be fine. So and then to the 90% will be around 12%. So and this is exactly what we're looking for. However, with this price action, price could actually come back a little bit, make one more bottom, and then buy. So what you can do here is come in here and then, but I won't take this kind of setup, but it's also possible. So they could come like this, and then we could potentially come a little bit up, come down, tap the sweet point, and then we would get the buys from here. So this is actually possible, because look, if you take this trade, let's say you take this trade right below here, then you have to stop around 12 pips. Let's say And then when price is here, will literally be around 1.8%. So we still have enough time to move this to break even, especially with the way prices are initially in post correction. So if we get this, we can move to break even and manage the trade, and then we'll get here, we'll be around 3.7, so we can actually secure some profit. However, what we need to understand is if price continue, then we can look to hold it up to this point or even beyond around 15.6% or probably around 16.15%. So yeah, this is also possible, like that this is possible as well. So if it's reverse here, then fine, we are on break even at least, or secure some profit, and if it continues to go higher, then we'll capitalize on the position. So which is why I have it here. So yeah, but for now I'll just see what will happen. So on this one here, so you have to understand what we're looking for here. All right, so but for now I'll be more happy to see a move down, continuation, and then we can capitalize or maybe look for the buys here and then capitalize to the upside. So that's exactly what we're looking for here. So let's go to ADSD. ADSD is looking fantastic at the moment. So yeah, so AUD/USD, look at that. We have the push down, we have the sharp push up, we have the push down, we have the correction, then we have the push down, and then we initially tag this point of interest here, and then we can look to play the A to B range of these weekly structures. So A, B, so, and then here this obviously is the corrective phase, and then we could potentially get the impulsive phase to the downside, and then complete these moves there. So we go to daily. What we have here, initially what I was looking for, we have these patterns here. We have to utilize pattern separation and then focus on the recent two touches. So focus on the recent two touches, then we will have this sort of structures right here. And we'll have that sort of structures right there. Again, so 1, 2, price could potentially still, it's possible. You need to understand what could price evolve into. So price could actually still make it up to this point here, and then look for that insurance entry, and then we get the move lower. So but then for now, what we need to wait for is maybe a move up there, and then the insurance entry, and then we could sell. So this as well, we could actually wait for something like this. This is possible, but if you look at here, we have the double top right there, which is the override, and price slightly near misses that point, and then we have committed downside very, very heavily. Especially if you look at the daily, you see the daily momentum, price close over 50% of this impulsive candle. So it's good to say we can start looking for the sales now. And then when you look at this point here, let's just go to an hour. Yep, as you can see, price drop, impulse correct, drop, and then price actually has broken this low, which is something I like about this trade. So I love it when price break this low, especially with this kind of slight momentum. It's not that the biggest momentum, but we can still tell it's a little bit impulsive. So now what I'll be looking for here is on 15 minutes. If I get this kind of structure, then I will happily get involved in this trade to the downside. So now we could get something like this, and then begin to get something like this, and then get two touch structures into the hook point there, mini hook point, and then we can actually position ourselves around there for around 10 pips minimum. So so this is very, very possible. To this point here with 5.8%, and then to here with 7.86%. And if we eventually break, and then to this point of interest will be around. So it will be a fantastic position. I'm not really worried or care about the potential risk reward of the trade, but I just know if it commits, then we will be able to capitalize on it. Yes, otherwise. So yeah, this is what I'm looking for here on this pair. So you have to understand we could potentially still have a three touch structures, and then that is usually have um, three touch structures as well. So that will be into this hook, kind of hook points or slightly value areas. So we understood we break this low. So we could just get something like this. Miami's or a backboard, and then so you have to understand this is also possible. And then we can just right there. See what it is. Then that'll be around 10%, sorry, 10 pips, and then it's still valid as well. So and that will be potential entries on this one. So to this point of interest will be 6.92. To this one will be around 9.6. So this place is a very point. Is a point that you need to put into consideration because of the look at that momentum. Look at that. These are institutions that move to the upside. So these are the points where you need to be keep your eyes on. So to that point will be around 6.9%, which is still decent. So yeah, that is exactly what we're looking for here. And the USD. So remember, we have a negligible miss here. We have a kind of slight miss here. So yeah, I don't rule out any possibility of price making it to the upside. Especially with this kind of slightly moves like this. So this is not the best impossible move. So yeah, I don't rule that out. So it's still very possible. So we have here US oil. Let me just tell you that. Have the US oil here. Initially, we have this hook point here. You see price. We're just playing the range on this pattern here, on this structure. Sorry, this US oil. So we're just playing the range. We have this point of resistance price targets, and then drop, and then price maybe gravitate towards that area again, which could potentially have a double top there. So one thing about this price is we could potentially drop and then have a continuation and move to the upside. So I'm not ruling anything like this out. This is very possible. But however, regardless of how it is, we are still looking for the short anyway. So yeah, and it was beautiful how that gave us a little bit more information about what we need here. And then this kind of three touch pattern here. And then this gives this adds quality to the trade. Double top, 1, 2, 3 structures, and then equal spacing. Look at that spacing. So and then look at how corrective this leg is moving to the upside. So yeah, this is a nice one as well. So all we need to see, it doesn't, this trend line doesn't matter. We're not looking for risk entry. I want to be looking for risk entry. So yeah, what I need to see is a move here, and then maybe break out that highs, break back inside, and then look for that insurance entry, and then I move to the downside. Sorry. This is what I'll be looking for on this period. Then yeah. So this is a little bit slide like this. So the 90% of the structure will be around 6.52%, and then the reflection price here 9.6%. it's 9%, and then 14.76%, and then to the low will be around 21.98%. So yeah, all I need to see here is insurance entry, price coming to this point here, give me a commitment, 15 minutes, 5 minutes flag, I would gladly take that position. So yeah, and then we have Euro Kiwi here. It's more like the structures of that German tactic. So, but however, we have these points here, then we have this, just playing the the double top. So initially we have the week here, price fill this, price close near that point. So when we go to daily, you can see what we have. So yeah, if you say focusing on the recent structures, and then here we are here, so there's potential of price breaking above the structure, and then give us a set. So it doesn't really matter where you connect it, because you are not looking for risk entry anyway. So I'm not looking for risk entry. If it's here, then I will want that push to the downside, and I'll go for the flag. However, if it's here, either do the same thing, look for the push, look for the flag, and then I'll go down. So it doesn't really matter where I put my trend line, because I am not entertaining any sort of reversal. So I don't do that. So I don't take reversal trades. So yeah, if it's here, we could potentially form many structures like this, like here. Look for that, then we can go to the upside, to the downside rather. Then we'll have that 1, 2, 3 structures, and then look for that insurance entry, 2 minutes or 1 hour. This is a little bit big, so yeah. So I'll definitely be looking for my entries on 15-minute depends on the structures. So yeah, so this is exactly what I'll be looking for. And then to this point, our first point of inflection is 10.32% or 32%. So the 90% of the structure is around 12.44%. And then if we continue lower here, it will be around 16.87%, which is the decent anyway. So because of the value area sitting up here, so yeah, if I have something like this insurance entry, I would gladly take that position. So now that's my top 6. So now we go on to the white card here. So first of all, we have AUD Kiwi on my white card. So and now, okay, we can just take this back. Let's go to the weekly and see what we got here. So on the weekly, if you look at Kiwi has tendency to behave in certain ways, which I'm going to show you on the daily time frame. So but here we have this impulse. There's potential for price to come up here for the top touch, and then we can look for the entries to the downside. Just complete this impulsive leg, and then when you measure this leg from the start to here, that actually break this here. So there's high probability that price could make it around this point, or possibly around this point, I'll just cut through the wick or whatever. So it doesn't really matter anyway. So yeah, all you need to know is there's possibility of price still coming to the upside, especially, and then we could form something like this. Something like this, and then we look for an insurance entry here, and then we set to the downside. So when we go to daily, however, so this is possible. So it's very, very the highest probability wise, but with the way AUD Kiwi behave, there's tendency for something different from this thing here to happen, which I'm going to show you here. Now look at it here. First of all, we have these hook points. Price drop, correctively come back, and then give us the sell. Secondly, we have these hook points. Price drop, come back, what happened? And then essentially we were looking for the top touch to sell from this point, price coming like this, and then we get the sell, and then we go. But however, we did not get that, so instead price tag this and then drop. And now here again, I'm still looking for the same thing, especially with the way price is coming in the lower time frame. I'm looking. Let's go to 4 hours so we can see it clearly. And then with the fact that this is a kind of a previous, I like this kind of stuff when it happens, So given that we have this as a point of of interest, very high value point of interest, and with the way price is kind of exhausting to that area, yeah, all we want to see, we could get something like this, the price drop, and then early sellers could actually be selling this, and then pick them out, tap this area, look for the insurance entry within here, and then we can sell. But for me, my most preferred entry will be if price should form any low. For example, I don't want to be caught up in any trades around here, so it's better for me. Let's say, for example, price did drop here, price did drop like this, and then go like this. I will entertain it if price actually break this low there, then give me the insurance entry. I would gladly entertain that, and then I can take it even across the trade, across the low. All I just want to see is price breaking a low of the structure here so that I don't get caught on the wrong side as well. So I would gladly be looking for the sells around there, and then 5.76% to the first point, and then to here will be around 9.51%. So this is very, very possible, but then we still need to keep the bigger time frame or the higher time frame pictures on the mind. But however, this is possible, especially with the way AUDQ will behave. So yeah, that is exactly what I'm looking for here. And now we go to US 30. Yeah, US 30 is looking great. I've been watching this for a very long time now. Yeah, so here we have this hook point, this point of interest. So essentially we have this one of which price actually trading a little bit near that area now. So I'm anticipating this week price could open, target a little bit, and then start to come to the downside. However, we have a kind of subjective valid area, so we don't know which one is going to hold, but then we have a game plan for every situation, so which is why we don't need to worry about that. All right, so just to see the structure that we have, which is why I draw these structures there. Look at that. I don't really care much if price make the top touch or not. All I care is I want price taking out the highs. So once price take out this high here and then commit to the downside, something like this, and then take it out, close back, and then insurance entry, you can go lower. So that is basically what I'm waiting for here. So I can see probably this week price could go back up there, or maybe create a structural approach and then drop, give us that continuation to the downside, and then we look to get involved. So when we go to 4 hour, what do we have? As you can see, we begin to see that exhaustion, price impulse correction into correction, which is a first sign of weakness. We could actually see something like this, and then eventually drop, and then so yeah, because of this one, any sort of flags, 1 hour flags here, I'll be taking it even if this is not broken, because we're actually tapping into a high value area. So the criteria for AUD SZD is not the same here because of what it is, you understand? So now we have something like this. So let me just use this. So we have correction into correction, price could actually comes, and then begin to exhaust, and then give us the down, and then we'll wait for this, and once we get it, of course we'll be getting involved once we get something like this. I will gladly entertain this short to the downside. So yeah, and then to this first point, inflection point 11.14%. To this point here we have 11.08%, and then to the range there, to the down range, which is not really, I don't pay much attention about those potential targets, because I know price is not going to be going straight. It's going to impulse correct, and during the correction you can get tagged out. So it doesn't really matter to me. So all I just want to see is my execution and my management, and then that is all I care about. So yeah, US30 is actually one of those I should put in my top 6, but then I have enough top 6, so I'm just going to put it. But those ones are on a higher scale end of my white cards. So we have gold here. Silver. Yeah, silver is looking great as well. So even gold is looking great, but I prefer to have silver here because of the structure. So which you're gonna see now. Yep. So silver, we have this structure which we tagged we near misses before. Okay, we target. Yeah, just a slight near miss, and then we have this other inflection point as well. But what we care about is now is this one. It's kind of reacting, but we have to understand we have possibility of still making it to the upside. We could potentially break it, and then we head to this point of interest here, and then we can get out here, and then we go lower. So this is very, very possible. You have to understand that and have that. So now, but then what I'm looking for here with this structure, I can just leave this one. So this potentially could be the middle section of this 1, 2, 3. So it's very, very possible to get to this upside there. But then what I'm actually looking for now is here. We near misses this point of interest, and as you can see, it's a very hard point of interest. Look at that. A very, very good criteria point of interest, because we come from a impulse correction, and then look at that momentum, institutional moves. So look at that. So price gravitates to that point, near miss that, and then we could potentially form a continuation around here, and then and then we can actually go up to the upside. So that is very, very possible. However, what I'm also aware of is we have something like this. It's not really these ones that are actually the best ones, but then we're still playing the moves. I'm playing the moves as in impulse, correction, continuation, and then can come down one more time, and then go up, and then forming that the middle section. So yeah, very, very this is why I'm looking at this, because essentially we have a double top there as well. So but then this is the line in the sand for us now. This is where we are going to know what we're going to do. This is like a line in the sand that will indicate to us whether we are going to buy from here or we're going to sell from here. Just like I said, I have a game plan. So if I'm going to buy from here, then I will want to move, then insurance entry and the lower time frame, then I can buy that. However, if I'm going to look for the sales, I'm going to wait for that push, and then daily break price action, and then I can look for the sell too. So yeah, I have a game plan for that. But then what I like about these, look at that exhaustion here, which is a first sign of a deeper correction anyway. So we could potentially have something like this. Up, comes down, and then so we could have something like this. I'm not revealing anything, because we can have something like this impulse correction, and then but then like I said, this remains the line in the sand for us. So if we are going to get the break on the 4-hour, momentum break on the 4-hour, then I'll gladly look for that continuation to sell. However, if we get an impulsive 4-hour move, and then I'll gladly look for that continuation to buy. If I don't get that and price, come here and then comes down, then that'll be me looking for that insurance entry to actually buy from the third touch. So yeah, it's so simple. That is exactly what I'll be waiting for here on silver. So when we go to Euro JPY, this one, Euro Yen was actually sitting at the middle of no man's land, as Mark call it. So this is sitting at no man's land because essentially we are trading between previous value areas where price near this is. We didn't react here, possibly so we are just playing the pattern, this pattern there. So if we get an entry there, of course, we're gonna be selling it. But then, what I like about this pattern is, we are approaching the double top here. So this actually is also kind of line in this line in the sand for us as well, because we have, this is more like the previous ones where we can have something like this, and then we have a move down from here. Anyway, regardless, we are still looking for that move to the downside. So we are still looking for that move to the downside, and then actually sell if that's possible. And then we have impulse correction, and then we head to the upside. However, if we sell and we manage the trade effectively and we broke to the downside, of course, we can potentially be looking for additional scaling opportunities, and then we look to capitalize as much as possible as we can in this one. So that is all I'm looking for. So now look at the way we gravitate towards that point of interest. So overall, this is correction. You can't let this one impulsive candle freak you out. This is correction. So all we need to see, we are not looking for any sort of risk entry. So we initially have tagged through that point of interest. So when we come to 1 hour, this looks like price is coming there again. So if we get something like this, and then we could potentially, something like this won't be the nice idea, because it could just be something like this, and then could tag you in and then tag you out immediately. So if I am going to sell this, I will want you to maybe create additional structure here, and then comes down, give that insurance entry, and then I'll capitalize on that on this move here to the downside. So however, what we can also say here is, if I'm going to sell, then it's going to be below this, and then whatever starts here, break impulsive on 4 hour, and then I can look for 1 hour or 15-minute flag to capitalize on this move to the downside here. So that is exactly what we're waiting for here. So the reason I just forecast this, I know exactly what I'm looking for, but then I don't put more emphasis on it because price is going to play out the way it is anyway. So you can't actually forecast to to a higher degree, 100% what the price is going to do. But what you can do is forecast to some higher extent that you know exactly what price might do. So up to this point here will be around 10%, which I would gladly take. So if I something like this, I'll take it. Or if I see a move here, push down, correction, and then I would gladly engage in the sell as well. So that is Euro Yen for you. Then Euro GBP, this one was last 2 weeks. I got a trade around, what was that? I got a trade around here. What's that? Okay, I got a trade around here last 2 weeks. So there is nothing more to talk here on the weekly, but you have to understand we just broke this low and then we are trading above the low here. So whatever we're going to do, we need a deliberate price action because we are trading just the low here. So price could actually form some massive price action and then before come to the upside. So we really need to be conscious of the decisions we're making around this region. So on the daily, what do we have? we have impulse correction, we have the push down again. So all we have again is here have this 1 2 3 sort of you know, expanded sort of formation, and then you can just put this one is not a kind of a solid point of entry because it's just a consolidation. So overall it's just a consolidation. So yeah, but price could still come at target, so it's possible, but we have the game plan. As I said, we throw first week, price failed through second week, and then closes at the third week. So I won't be surprised if I see price coming to the upside, or maybe tag this at this time, or maybe this one here, and then give us a break to the downside, and then we can look for that insurance entry, and then we go to the downside. I won't be surprised. So I'm not surprised again. It's probably kind of fun, a kind of trade touch on, you know, reversal formation, and then we can still look for that, you know, insurance entry within that. Yeah, so when we go to 4 hour, what do we have? Look at that. So on 4 hour, this looks like a, you know, a correction. This one, this looks like correction, so we could potentially maybe see that, come back one more time, check that insurance entry, then we go. So this is very, very possible. You're not going to roll it up. So however, if price impulsively move to that point again, you want to see that impulse move to the downside, insurance entry. So whatever is going to happen here, all I care about is my insurance entry. So once I get it, I'll gladly take the position. So it could actually from something like this, and then, you know, from the scoop, and then drop, and then, you know, see you know, see that scoop. So this is very, very possible. So regardless, I'll be waiting for what price is going to do here, and then I'll be involved in that position. So this point here, there's not much difficult on here. It could be here, it could be here, so whatever. So it's more of a consolidation. So we'll assess that situation when the price get to that point, and then we'll know the decisions to make. So I don't really care about that. And then pound card is one of those ones as well, you know, as potential. Right. So let me just start here. So eventually pound card, we have this point of interest. Look at that. Look at where that comes from. Then look at the momentum that flows from this point of interest. This is a very high point of interest, and our price has gravitated back into that area again. Essentially, you can use this one, you can use whatever you want. I'm looking for risk entry. If you know what you're looking for, then where you put your trend line doesn't really matter. So yeah, it's just trend line. As Mark Hutchinson, the founder, our mentor, always said, our coach rather, always says, you know, it doesn't matter where you put the trend line. Is we are not trading the trend line. It's just for us to give us a guide as to what the structure looks like, and then we can make our informed and calculated decision. So yeah. All right. So we near misses this value area. So about the thing is, we have commits. You know, we have about up to 3 days of, you know, commitment. However, it's still possible for price to still, you know, gravitate towards that area, and then take out this high, and then you might have you know, something like this, and then look for that insurance entry, and then we go to the downside. So that's also possible. But then when we go to lower time frame, what do we have there? On the 4 hour, for example, look at that. We have that 4 hour hook point here. Let's just use this, and then we are trading through this low. So a lot can happen here, which is why we need to know the kind of decision. A lot can happen around this area, because look, that is a very good point. That's, you know, break the structure here. Look at that. That is institutional candle break structure, and then, you know, near misses this point here. So we have to be aware of this. Whatever decision we got to make needs to be a very right one. So yeah, and then we can actually come down one more time, you know, target, and then look for that insurance entry on 1 hour, and then we look for the sell of 15 minutes. So when we go to 1 hour, so that we know what we have here. So what I want to see here is price coming down to the downside, come up again, a little bit lower, and then come back, break, come down, insurance entry. I will gladly take that. if we have something like this. I am not going to be taking any sort of risk entry on this structure here, especially because of that near miss on the higher time frame. So I would definitely be looking for insurance entry within the scope here. Then I would gladly, when I see something like this, I would gladly take the position. Yeah. So yeah, risk entry within the flag, 17 pip stop, my buy. There is 90%, 5.92%, and then there is point here, 8%, then to here, 12.75%. So it's actually good anyway. It's a decent risk reward. So I'm not going to be risk entering any kind of risk entry around here. So I'll be waiting for commitment. Then I'll go to 50 minutes. Look at that 50-minute flag. Then I'll fit it on 5 minutes. Then I'll gladly take the position. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for here. So I think that is all. So guys, thanks for staying tuned. So yeah, see you guys next week, or perhaps during the on Wednesday to see midweek.